Morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host and energy alchemist, Patricia Rivera Wolfson. I'm an intuitive coach and an energy healer, and a wife and mom of 3 boys. And my mission is to help you calibrate your energy, to teach you how to integrate self care into easy and doable steps, and also how to shine your light in this world in your own unique way, because there's only one you. You are one in a what are we at to like 7 billion people? I don't know. You're one in all of those people on the planet. And you have unique gifts, you have unique talents, you have a unique mission and purpose. And that is to shine your light in this world. And I want to help you do that. I want to help give you the confidence to be able to do that, to step into your light, to step into your personal power and show other people how beautiful and powerful and magical they are too, because that's what we all are. We are reflections of each other's light. And it is just my mission in life to let everybody see how incredibly powerful we are together, when we work together, when we shine our own light in the way that we know how, and everybody shines their own light, then we live in a very well lit planet by deduction. All right. Welcome. If you are here and watching the show live, say hello. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Say hashtag replay. And let us get started. All right. So, what are we talking about today? Today, we are talking about the energy of possibilities. Now, this is something that I have come really, it's become really clear to me that is the energy that I want to create in my life each and every day, in each and every moment. It is to exist in the energy of the possibility, because no matter what is going on in your life, whether things are going well or you are being challenged right now, there is always the possibility of things changing and shifting. There's always the possibility of miracles. There's always the possibility of a solution just showing up for you to solve whatever situation that you are trying to figure out right now. There is always the possibility that just around the corner, in a millisecond, your entire life can change for the better. And, it's really easy for us to see that from a negative perspective, right? It's really easy. Somebody can say, well, in a flash, your whole life can change. So, make sure that you soak up every minute. And that is true. But what if the energy instead was, in 1 second, your life can change? So be ready for magical things to happen at any moment. Doesn't that feel better? Doesn't that feel like more hopeful? Doesn't it bring you more light? Doesn't it? I don't know. It's just like, for me, it just sets me up to face my day from a much better and lighter perspective than to think, well, at any moment, my whole life could fall apart. So, like, let me hold on to each second because everything just might end, right? No, you got to be like, oh my God, I'm going to enjoy every second of my life as much as I can. And any minute, things could get even better. Or if you're struggling, any minute, things can change. And I will see myself out of this tunnel of darkness. Good morning. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Lina. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's start with our morning ritual, and then we will get into our discussion. Excuse me. Maybe some water is necessary at this time. Give me 1 second. You feel free to sip your own water. Okay, I was thirsty. All right. So, everybody light your candle. You can light your candle. I have not watched Tick Tick Boom yet. For those Jonathan Larson fans who know that I'm singing from Rent, that song. But I plan to, because actually my kids and I, we just watched the Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. And I forgot how much I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I don't know. I mean, I'm a big fan of Tom Holland. We're big fans of Tom Holland in my house, but Andrew Garfield does a really great job. So I'm really excited to see Tick Tick Boom. I've been hesitating because I hear it's like an emotional story, and I don't know if I can take it, but I don't know. Just sharing. Okay, essential oils. I'm going to rub some on my pulse points. There we go. And we do it in the back of the neck. Bum, bum, bum. And this one says to do it in your heart too. So I'm just going to do that. Why not? Can't hurt. Although I do want to give a PSA here that just because something is natural or something like an essential oil seems to be less harmful or could be less harmful, or we feel it is less harmful than any medication that's out there, I have improperly used essential oils and burned the crap out of my face. So I like to give that PSA every once in a while, just because something seems, organic or healthy or, alternative and natural. And you think, wow, it's natural. Nothing bad can come of it. Even natural things have, side effects or consequences, or there are things that will not mesh with your system. So just be mindful of what you are exposing yourself to and be mindful of what you are using, and just make sure that it works for you, even if it is so-called, natural or feels safer because it's from the earth. There are plenty of things in earth from the earth that are destructive, So anyway, I just wanted to say that because this is clear quartz, essential oil, like a blend of all sorts of stuff. There's nothing to this, but I did burn my face with oregano oil. But that's a story for another time. That was like 4 years ago or something. So if you did not follow me then, believe me, I showed my whole experience. So I just wanted to say that. Okay. So we have lit our candle, we've used the essential oils, and now it's time for us to take our 3 intentional deep breaths. Now remember, we are going to take a deep breath, and this is like our morning recharge, right? So this body, this vessel that we inhabit on this planet in this physical time and space, this is our vessel, this is our vehicle, this is what we, our souls drive around in this thing, right? And so just like our phones or our cars or anything else that we have, everything needs to be fueled up or charged up, right? And so how do you charge up the human body? Well, sure, sleep, and food and water, right? Hydration. These are all things that our body needs, that we know it needs. But you know what else it needs? It needs to touch base with its original point of creation. Ooh, right? So the original point of creation is like heaven and earth, right? It's the stars in the sky, because we are made of starlight, stardust. Well, we're made of starlight too, right? But starlight, stardust, that's what makes up who we are. And we're also made up of the earth. We're made up of like, dirt and bone and mineral and, the same things that make up the earth. The physical parts of the earth are the same things that make up our physical parts, right? And spiritually, the same thing, right? We are connected. And so when we are recharging, when we begin our Me First morning recharging, we are literally planting our feet onto the earth, right? And we are centering ourselves and recharging ourselves, right? And so that all the parts that are connected to the earth get to reconnect with where they came from, right? Like the physical part of us gets to reconnect with the physical part of our planet. And then with our minds, we want to connect with the sunlight. We want to connect with that life force energy that comes from the sun, that light that fuels us, that light that is, love in manifest form, right? Which is light. And so we're going to soak in that light from the top of our head and allow that light to enter into our body and recharge us. And that powerful light and that beautiful grounding energy, the same energy that helps the plants burst through the soil, we are going to take that all in our bodies, and we're going to allow it to just blend and mix in our bodies. And this is how I imagine it. I imagine that the energy kind of flows through me like this, and it is clearing and cleansing any stuck, stagnant, or dense energy. I imagine it like a sweeping. I imagine it in many different ways. If you watch me first mornings, I describe it in a million different ways because sometimes it resonates with me in one way and other times it resonates with me in another. And I like to visualize it differently so that I can get really like kind of get into the image. And so that's what I imagine, that this energy just kind of comes in a sweeping motion and just like removes anything that doesn't serve us. And then when we exhale, we're going to release all of that debris, that energetic debris and residual that doesn't serve us. And we're going to release it out into the world, and Mother Nature and source is going to take care of it and recycle it and send it into a new area where it can be recharged. Okay. So we're going to do that together. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. And that is what we're going to imagine. We're going to imagine ourselves being recharged by the light and recharged by the earth. And we're going to imagine that all of those energies blend and permeate every single cell. So let's do that now 3 times. Good morning, Meredith. Good morning, my love. Thank you for watching. Okay, deep breath in and hold and release. Once again, take another deep breath, remembering to allow that beautiful life force energy to enter in through the top of your head and allow your feet to feel that beautiful grounded energy from the earth, keeping you connected to this beautiful planet. Another breath in and hold and release. One last big breath. Remember, you want to increase your capacity to bring in that life force energy and just bring it in and breathe as deeply as you can and really make it count. And as I said last week, if you can imagine that your breath in is going to help you extend your wings, okay? I want you to breathe in like you are filling up the wings in the back, right? Just imagine you have wings and this breath is going to fill them, okay? Here we go. And hold. And release. Okay, now it's time to flap your wings. Woohoo! All right, now it's time to stretch. But this is how I feel it. Like I see it and I feel it up here because we carry so much weight on our backs. And so I like to imagine the wings as if we ourselves are the angels and we are just releasing that energy that doesn't serve us, and we are getting ready to like show up as our highest selves, right? So spread your wings and move your body and release the tension and stretch out anything that doesn't feel good, your discomfort, your tension, anything that's holding you back, stiffness, stuckness. Release it all from your physical body if you can. We also want to release it from our minds because that would be helpful. All right. And so what we want to do is we want to clear, we want to clear our vessel, right? We want to clear the channel so that we receive information, right? We want to receive information. We want a direct connection so that we can receive our own answers. You don't have to go through anybody. You don't have to come to me. You don't have to read any books. You have the answers. You just have to connect. So I'm here to inspire you to create your own connection, clear your channel, and connect, and you will know exactly what to do in your life. Okay, now let's shake it out. Good morning, Leslie. Thank you for joining us. Okay, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, very good. So now I want you to think about what your intention is for the day, right? How do you want to show up today? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to feel? Now, you guys know, of course, feeling is the most important thing for me. Is what is the feeling that you want at the end of the day? What is the feeling that you want at the end of your life? What is the feeling you want when you have everything that you could possibly desire? What is that feeling that you feel? And how can you bring it into your day each and every day? How can you bring it into your choices? How can you bring it into the way you do things? How can you bring it in to your actions, right? That's what we want to do. So we're going to set the intention that whatever your GPS word is, which is that feeling, right? That thing that you want more than anything, right? And it doesn't have to be a physical thing or a material thing. It is I want to feel free. I want to feel abundant. I want to feel independent. I want to feel connected. I want to feel, whatever it is that you want to feel, think about that. And if you need some help figuring it out, even though that sounds so silly, like somebody needs to help you figure out what you want, I needed help for a long time. And I worked with people to kind of help me figure out what it is that I really wanted out of my life. And I did so much work on my own on that, but sometimes it's helpful to do it with somebody else. So if you want some guidance, I do have a free GPS workbook that will ask you questions to just get you into the right mindset. And if you do want support, feel free to reach out to me. I do help people, and I have some sessions. I help people sort of figure that part out. Okay, so if you have your GPS word, or even if you don't, that's okay. Just think of what your intention is for this morning, and I will say our little prayer together. I'm just like setting things up here. And we will set the intention together that we get support in raising our collective vibration and embodying our intentions as we move through the world today. Okay. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us to raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Bum, bum, bum. Good morning, Dad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to start shuffling my cards and see what the angels have to say about today's topic. But in the meantime, let's discuss today's topic. Whoa, apparently my microphone wants to discuss today's topic too. What is leaning into the energy of possibilities, right? What is that? And if you saw my post, right, and I had a little picture of me and it's like savor what life has to offer you, or right? But what if life is offering you a pile of dog crap? What if you are really, really struggling and you're like, how can I savor this terrible experience? Well, I see you, I hear you, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it's not. It's not easy to find something to bring you joy when it seems that everything in your life is falling apart, right? And there could be so many things. You could be suffering in your relationship, you could be having struggles at work, you could be watching your children struggle, which, oh my God, if you're a parent right now and your children are not struggling, please send me a note of what you're doing, because it's like, everybody's struggling right now. Life is really tough. So how can you savor the toughness, right? How can you savor these moments? Why would you want to savor them? You just kind of want to forget them, right? Like pour me some more wine and get me out of here, right? That may be your first inclination, and I'm not judging you if that's where you are and that's what you need to do, because these days it really is about survival. But if you're looking for a different way to look at things, if you're hoping to be able to shift your perspective and hopefully look at things from a different angle, from using a different filter, then it is the filter of possibility, right? And I haven't talked about this before because it really just came to me this weekend, and it was in reference to so many things that are going on in my life. But what I want to say is that very often, you know we are faced with these challenges, and it really is up to us to forge our path out of the depths of despair. And forgot to turn off the phone. How can you get yourself out of the depths of despair, right? you can do that if you believe that this is temporary. If you're able to um if you're if you're able to connect with the idea that it's temporary, if you know that things can get better, if you truly believe that this is a path that you must walk for your highest and greatest good, then it is a much easier path to walk, right? If you are fighting for something you believe in, then no matter how nasty the fight gets, you are motivated, you are inspired, and you continue to fight that fight because you're like, I know this is for the highest good, right? And we do that. If you're a parent, you'll do that for your children. You will fight to the ends of the earth for your children and for what you believe in for them, for what you want for them. But how often do we do that for ourselves? How often do we fight for the life that we so desperately want? We just People tell us it's not possible and we go, yeah, you're right, it's not possible. Where's your fight? Right? Where where are the possibilities, right? Because no matter how crappy things are, miracles are possible, right? Miracles are possible, change is possible, solutions are possible, things that you can't even imagine are possible. And you need to surround yourself with the energy of possibility, especially when you are struggling. Okay, if you are faced with something that looks like, oh my god, this is, a terrible situation, or this is a terribly traumatic event, or I'm faced with a terrible diagnosis, whatever it is that you're faced with, and it looks like you've reached the end, unless you're dead, there's always a chance. Unless your time's up on this physical plane, there is always an opportunity to turn things around. There is always room for a miracle. There is always room for someone or something somehow to just switch, and suddenly everything is different. And like I said earlier, just like everything can be different in a heartbeat, something in your whole life can change and you feel like, your whole life falls apart in an instant, and that can happen to people. The same thing can happen with miracles. The same thing can happen with good things in your life. And you have to maintain the energy of possibilities. You are the one that has to hold the space in your life for things to at any moment to happen for you, just as you had imagined, or in a way better than you could ever imagine for yourself. And if any time someone says to you, you know, like anytime that you are faced with the challenges, and I say someone's, says to you, because sometimes we hear that, right? Like we're on our mission and someone says, oh, good luck, or, that's not likely, or, whatever, right? And whenever we absorb their energy, which stops the possibility, when we allow someone else to stop us from believing, or when we allow someone else's logic to permeate our magical brains, right? When we allow them to affect us, then we are effectively giving up on the possibility. And you don't want to do that. Why would you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to live always in the moment of wanting to think that anything can change at any moment? Miracles could happen. Things can turn around. Because why would you? I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be in that space, because, you know, life is hard enough. Reality is tough, right? But if you're going to live with the reality and then on top of that, own that reality just is what it is and life sucks and people suck and then you die. Oh my God. No wonder everybody's stressed out and, quite frankly, doesn't want to be here. I mean, if you really believe that you have no shot of getting what you want in your life, if you really believe there's no chance for improvement, if you really believe that the world is going to freaking hell in a handbasket, that's it. You just want to accept that as reality? I don't want to accept that as reality. I refuse. I refuse to accept that as a reality because I don't know. I don't know what's coming. But I choose to be in the energy of possibilities, because if I am, then what's coming could be something awesome. What's coming could be something great. What's coming could be something life-changing and magical. What's coming could be something that impacts the entire planet in a way that we could never imagine. In a really good way. And I know our inclination as humans, and as a society is to think, oh, the world is ending, the apocalypse is coming. You wait, Wait for what? For the end of the world? No, thank you. Savor each and every moment in your life as leading up to something awesome. Okay. The stories of people who made it, right? You think about the people who've made it, the people who we feel have like that societal typical success, right? They got a crap ton of money. They got, they're famous. They have whatever they want, or at least that's what it seems to us on the outside, right? It seems that they have everything they want. Watch how people like that talk about their lives beforehand. You hear stories of like single mothers like working out of their closet, right? And that's Lisa Williams has that story, right? She used to work out of her closet as a life coach, and now like she's huge, right? You have all these stories of people struggling and making ends meet. I just read about Jason Momoa yesterday. It was like living out the back of a van while he was on Game of Thrones, okay? And we think we know what success means and what it looks like and what that's going to mean for us or what it's going to look like for us. We don't know anything. But there is the energy of possibility of how amazing it could be. And that is the energy that's going to get you through each and every day. That's the energy that's going to get you through the challenges. And those stories, that challenge that you're going through right now, that's going to be your story. When things are awesome and better and the magical things have happened, you're going to be like, I was in the dump. I was in a terrible place. I went through so many things. And I'm so grateful that I stuck through it. And I'm so grateful that, I became the person I am today because I didn't let my circumstances change me. I didn't let the circumstances dictate what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. I stayed true to my path. I stayed true to my vision. I stayed true to my inner guidance. That's all you need to do is stay true to your inner guidance, because when you are staying true to your inner guidance, your path is there. You will connect with it. And when you're connected to that inner guidance, no matter what is on your path, you're on an adventure. You really are. You're on an adventure and you're going to have an awesome story to tell. I mean, think about like when you go on vacation and like, things happen to you while you're on vacation. When you come back, you're like, oh my God, you guys will never guess what happened to me on this trip, right? And you've got a ton of stories. If nothing happens on your vacation, and this has happened to me, like you go on vacation, it was very nice. You come home and people are like, how was your trip? Oh, it was beautiful. And that's it. Like that's, otherwise you say like, what happened on your vacation? You're like, oh my God, you'll never guess. We had this guy following us around and he was loud and obnoxious and he kept trying to ruin the trip, but I didn't care. I was going to enjoy my vacation no matter what. I've talked about that before, right? That sometimes challenges can be like just that obnoxious guy who's like, screaming at the top of his lungs while you're on vacation. I don't know. I'm just picking an obnoxious guy. No one in particular, just, but it happens where you have somebody and you're like, oh God, that guy's in the restaurant. Like, I thought we ditched him at the beach, right? But are you going to let him ruin your vacation? No, you're like, I got 3 days, man. This guy's not going to ruin it. Go do what you got to do, but I'm going to enjoy my vacation. I'm going to put my feet in the sand. I'm going to put my feet in the water. I'm going to jump in the water. I'm going to put on my bikini. I don't give a crap what people say, right? You have to enjoy life anyway, because life is the only adventure you've got. Life is the adventure. And so you have to live in the energy of possibilities, knowing that at any moment things can turn around for you. At any moment, magical things can happen. And you are in control of it with this, because I promise you, if you don't believe in magical things or if you don't believe in the possibilities and you just shut everything down, you won't see it coming. You're going to miss the signs. And they come, the signs are there. It's just so often we are closed to them because we don't believe that they exist. But if you open up your eyes and you live in the energy of possibilities, you're going to start to see the signs. You're going to start to feel the synchronicities. You're going to start to go like, hey, wait a second. I just talked about that and now it's showing up for me. Oh my God, so fun, so weird, such an exciting adventure. All right, I'm pulling a card. I know I've been trying to pull this card forever. Look at this card, number 28. Can you guys see it? It's a little ostrich. Ooh, I got that card perfectly. Movement. Movement. You guys know that the first, letter for me first is M, and it stands for momentum. And I really feel like movement, momentum. It's like do something, move in the direction that you want to go, get things moving, right? If you feel stuck, what is the solution? Movement. If you feel cluttered and you're not clear, what's the solution? Movement. It really is. Get yourself moving, get your body moving, get that energy moving and flowing. Just shift the energy. That's all it's about. Movement, all it does is it shifts the energy, because whatever is kind of like sitting on you, or what is around you right now, once you start to move, you can affect that energy. And if you start to move in a way that makes you feel good, whether it's like dancing or walking or whatever, then you are basically charging the energy around you with that higher vibe feel, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm going to move. Oh, yeah, this feels good. Oh, man, this feels even better, right? And you start getting into it, and you enter into this beautiful dance with the universe, right? You enter into a dance with yourself. Forget the universe, forget source, forget the spiritual stuff. Just think of how good you feel when you move. How much your body needs that movement to release any of that stuck and stagnant energy. If you are not clear, make some sort of movement, right? Create movement, create action. That is going to help you get things moving and get things going in your life. Okay, once again, I've kept you guys a couple minutes past our time. I really, really appreciate you being here. Please go ahead and go to Jumpstart for Change on YouTube and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Please spread the word to anyone else who you think might benefit from watching me first mornings. And don't you forget that you are a miracle, and your only purpose is to shine your light. Talk about a send off. That was supposed to be like a good send off with a good line at the end, and I totally messed that up. You are an amazing and unique person, and your only job is to shine your light. So go ahead and go shine it. Shine it wherever you want. You deserve it. I love you all.